I'm gonna remodel this kitchen, but first need to take out this faucet and sink. But before I do that, I need to unhook all the plumbing and take out this garbage disposal. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to remove a disposal and hook one back up. The first step is to figure out how the plumbing works. It starts with the water and debris going down the disposal, across this pipe, then out to the main drain. If you have a second drain in the sink, it will just flow straight down. This top hose is a drain for the dishwasher, and these two black hoses in the back carry the hot and cold water to the faucet. I'm going to disconnect the disposal by first removing the lock nut on the end. Make sure to have a bowl to catch any excess drain water. When you take apart these pipes, they're going to be full of junk and gross stuff, so don't try to use the pipes as a straw, otherwise you'll get a pretty bad rash. Next, turn off the water and unplug the disposal, because it's not good if someone accidentally turns those on. With those unplugged and the pipes disconnected, I now need to remove it from this track. An easy trick is to grab a screwdriver and slide it forward and it will come right off. It's pretty heavy, so be ready to catch it. With the disposal off, you'll now need to remove this dishwasher drain hose with a screwdriver. And while you're down there, double check that your dishwasher drain hose is coming from somewhere up high, preferably above the disposal. If the hose is not up high, it won't drain correctly and could plug everything up. I've completely disconnected the disposal, so now I'm good to put in a new one. You don't have to remove the mounting bracket unless it's rusted or is leaking. If you're going to replace it, all you need to do is take out these 3 screws and it will come right apart. With the disposal removed, I was able to install a new countertop and sink. But because it's a new sink, there's no drain, so I'm going to install one of those mounting brackets that we just looked at. You can get these mounting brackets at most hardware stores, but I'll have some linked below. These things are held together in multiple layers, so if you take out the 3 screws, the base will come out and you can see there's a ring that holds the rest of it together. When you mount it to the sink, you're going to go in this order: drain, cardboard washer, metal washer, bracket, then O-ring. You'll put it all back together in this order, kind of like a sandwich. I would also recommend getting some of these gaskets for the top of your disposal. The old ones get really dirty and can get brittle over time. When you mount the bracket to the sink, you're going to want to use some of this plumber's putty. Grab the stain-free version, and if you have a stone sink, you may need to get one that will match the type of stone you're using. I'm going to install the drain now, so grab a big chunk of the putty, then roll it up like a snake, and you'll want to get it about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch thick. It's better to use too much than too little because you can always scrape some of it off later. Once you have it rolled out, wrap it around the underside of the drain. Before you put it down, make sure the words are on the right side. To install it, just push down and give it a lot of pressure to set it in place. There's going to be a lot of excess putty around the outside, so you're good to clear that out, but don't remove the excess putty underneath the sink until you've installed the mounting bracket. The top drain is good, so now we need to hook up the rest of the mounting bracket. You're going to want to set the cardboard washer first and push it right snug against the putty. Next, grab the metal washer, but make sure it's facing the right direction. Then throw on the bracket, followed by the O-ring. Now you're good to tighten it down, but make sure to go in a circular pattern so that the screws are tightened evenly. Some of the putty is going to expand out as you tighten it, so you're fine to clean it up a little bit, but don't remove too much or else it won't seal correctly. With that bracket installed, I can now hook up the disposal. I'm going to use the same disposal because it's working just fine, but I am going to replace this top gasket because the old one had holes in it. To install it, I'm going to put it on this track the same way I took it off. Quick note, you don't have to wait for the putty to be dry to install it or use your sink. You're good to put it up and use it right away. To put it on, line up the track, then rotate the top until it locks into place. With the disposal mounted, you'll now need to hook up the dishwasher hose and connect the plumbing to the main drain. The pipe connecting to the main drain should be a P-trap like this. It's important that the pipe coming directly from the disposal is straight like this. If the pipe coming from the disposal is set at 90 degrees or isn't straight, the debris and garbage from the sink will plug it. Also, when you connect the pipe, make sure you tighten the screws so it seals correctly. We're now good to plug in the disposal and turn on the sink to make sure there's no leaks in the pipe. The plumbing looks good, so I'm going to double check that there's no leaks around the drain cap or mounting bracket. Everything checks out, so now my friends, you've just installed your first garbage disposal. Because you updated the disposal yourself, now all your wildest kitchen dreams can come true. Reminder that all the parts you need are linked below, as well as a repair video if your disposal stopped working. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.